I love Britain. It's a fantastic place full of wonderful foods and traditions like the Buckinghamshire Bacon Badger and the Abbott's Bromley Horn Dance. Do we want to be the same as everyone else? No, we don't. So we've got to make sure we keep these foods and traditions alive.
And later on, I cook up a local treat for this troupe of talented dancers.
They're nice with that bit of spice in, aren't they?
They are very.
Today I'm in Dorset, the county that gave us Scouting, Thomas Hardy and the Cerne Abbas Giant. At 180 feet high, it's the tallest chalk figure in Britain, and since Victorian times, they've said it helps with fertility. Oh no! It's happened again. Oh.
Dorset is one of the most ancient counties in Britain, being mentioned as far back as 841 AD. It's a rather rural county with just over 700,000 people living in its 1,000 square miles of rolling countryside. Dorset has been somewhat of a forgotten county. No major wars have been fought here, and the Industrial Revolution barely touched it, leaving it to merrily carry on as an agricultural backwater. It still is a bit today, with almost 3/4 of it used for farming. It wasn't until we began holidaying on a regular basis that the coastal towns really began to thrive. But for a supposed backwater, it does have quite a lot to be proud of. Sir Walter Raleigh learnt to sail off this very coast, and if it wasn't for him, there'd be no chips. The Tolpuddle martyrs started the idea of trades unions here, and Enid Blyton took inspiration for her famous 5 novels from the wonderful Dorset countryside. I'd say that's enough to be getting on with. And later, I cook up some fancy bread buns for a troupe of talented girls and a boy. Coming up, I'm cooking up some Dorset wigs for some young traditional dancers. I'm on a mission to seek out the foods and traditions that make Britain great. Today, I'm in Dorset. So far, I've tasted the finest mushrooms.
May I try a bit of your big one?
Try a bit of my big one.
Danced the can-can at the Dorset Steam Fair. And wielded the most ancient of tools.
And don't forget to walk forward, otherwise you'll find yourself leaning more and more.
But there's more. I'm now going to cook up a local delicacy from the back of my caravan for some lucky locals.
Regular viewers will know that we've had a few Morris dancers on this programme, and some of them have been, how can I put this kindly, a little bit creaky of knee, a little bit hairy of earlobe. Well, all that changes today. Yes, we've got some fresh young blood. It's step-in time.
This group is made up mainly of girls from North Dorset, aged between 4 and 14, who perform traditional Dorset folk dances from the 17th and 18th centuries. They've been going since 1989 and have 3 teams and over 30 members. Today, they're dancing in front of the spectacular Kingston Lacey Country House in Wimborne.
Well done. Was that hard work? It was quite hard work for the little one at the front there.
Alice, very hard work for Alice.
Yeah. She spent most of her time looking at the camera.
Ah,
yeah, with a very
she hasn't seen one before.
With a very cheeky face.
Don't get a lot of cameras in Dorset.
Do you not? Where does this dancing come from? How old is this dancing?
The dance we've done today probably dates from the 17th century, maybe earlier.
You can get off your knees. Come and join us round here.
You want to come over here, guys?
Where does the dance come from?
It's English, definitely. Dorset.
Yeah.
Exact date I don't know.
Yeah.
It was found in Thomas Hardy's manuscripts.
Was
so
it?
it was mentioned by him in...
Oh, the name of it?
The name of it and some of the moves and the way it was danced. And we know
Really?
he played the tune on
How
his violin.
fantastic.
So,
Yeah.
it's great.
And whereabouts do you all performed? Did you take it out and around?
We've recently been to the Olympics.
Have you?
The Olympic Park.
Did you?
Yeah.
Were you dancing in the park?
Yeah.
That's
As
brilliant.
some of the entertainers there.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to make you some little sort of nice tea cakes. Fancy a tea cake? Yes. Yeah, we all fancy a tea cake. All right, I'm going to make some tea cakes.
That's brilliant. Thank you.
All right. Today I'm going to make Dorset wigs. Not for the head, for the mouth. Dorset wigs are basically a spiced tea cake. I've got some warmed milk there. And I'm just going to put a little bit of yeast in there. A teaspoonful of sugar. I'm just going to let that do the magic the yeast does. Because these are kind of proven tea cakes. Just leave that over there to start to work. Here I've got some flour that I've sifted. The spices I'm going to add are a pinch of cloves, some mace, nice pinch of mace, not quite enough of a pinch of mace for me, and a nice pinch of nutmeg. Oh, I love nutmeg, my favourite spice. So you can see it really is a spiced bun, which is a fairly kind of ancient idea, spicing up a bun. Into that I'm going to rub my butter, like you would with any kind of dough, really. Wigs are first mentioned by Samuel Pepys in his diary. He said, a Lenten supper of wigs and ale and off to bed. Sounds quite nice, wigs and ale. Right, that's mixed in. And I'm going to add some sugar and some caraway seeds. Oh, look at those.
Dorset wigs are thought to date back as far as 1664, when the local ports were importing spices, and wigs, like many local dishes, were influenced by exotic flavours from afar. The recipe survived, but no one's completely sure why they're called wigs.
And into that mixture, I'm going to pour my milk, which, as you can see, the yeast is already working on, beginning to do its business. In goes the milk. In goes one beaten egg. And in goes a bit of elbow grease. This is a bit like baking bread, but it's got sugar in, so it's a nice kind of sweet tea cake.
Once it's mixed together, I give it a little knead.
Put that in there. And I'm going to let it prove. When you let it prove, you have to put it somewhere hot. When you're out camping, where is the hottest place? In the car. So it goes in here to prove for about 2 hours. That's the size it is when it goes in. And this is the size it is when it comes out. Look at that. Amazing. It's chemistry, that is, but pretty exciting.
I portion them into 6 buns and then we have to let them prove again. Luckily, I've got some ready. We can pop them in the oven.
There we are, look, 30 minutes later. Big buns. In the oven. 200 for about 20 minutes.
20 minutes later, cut in half and smother in butter. Traditionally, the Dorset wig would have been eaten at breakfast, possibly toasted and served with butter.
Have a little tasty.
Well then, girlie.
Go on, Georgina.
You have the newest one. Another one. Tom Tom.
There you are, have that one.
Thanks.
This one's a bit thick.
Smell delicious.
They're nice with that bit of spice in them, aren't they?
They are very.
Well, we all like them. And if you want to make them for yourself, here's how I did it. First, pop some dried yeast, or live yeast if you prefer, into some warm milk. Add some sugar and set aside. While the chemistry kicks in, mix together sifted flour and pinches of cloves, mace and nutmeg. Rub some butter into the mixture, then add sugar, caraway seeds, the yeasty milk and some beaten egg. Stir, give it a light kneading and then pop it back in the bowl to prove somewhere warm for a bit. Then make 6 buns and leave them to prove again before popping them in the oven for 20 minutes at 200 degrees. If you want more details, go to itv.com/food. And there you have them, Dorset wigs.
Tell me about your buttons. What are your buttons? Because you've all got these same buttons, haven't you?
The Dorset buttons were made from the middle of the 17th century onwards in Shaftesbury and the surrounding area. And it grew to be the biggest industry in Dorset up until the Great Exhibition in London, when a gentleman invented a machine to make buttons. And unfortunately that put all the ladies and the children who made the buttons out of work. Yeah.
The old Dorset button. Well, what are you going to dance for us to see us out of the show?
We're going to dance a Springhead Fancy.
Springhead Fancy?
Yeah. Now, Springhead is a mill in Faltmore Magna, which is a village not far from the next village from where we practice.
Yeah.
The tune was written by a gentleman called Nick Crump, who lives in Shaftesbury.
Sounds like a great old man.
And the dance was written by a gentleman called Peter Hood, who's actually my father.
All right.
So although it is a modern dance, it has incorporates all the traditional moves.
All the old steps.
Yeah.
Oh, well, let's see it. Well, that's it from Dorset. It's been spicy, steamy, scythy, and a little bit fishy. Wasn't expecting that. See you next time.